my name is Barbara Bragg, and I am the daughter of William F. Bragg Jr. He's being honored by the Autry Museum, that's where we're sitting right now, of the American West, by a production called Tales of the Old West, which is an adaptation of 3 of his amazing ghost stories and old tales from the Old West that he told when I was a kid. And we are being directed by the former associate director of the Mark Taper Forum, Corey Madden, and also her husband, Bruno Leschwerin. He is going to be making the most amazing music of banjo and mandolin and guitar and fiddler. And we have 10 of the most amazing actors in all of Los Angeles that are going to be appearing with us here at the beginning of April. Let me tell you a little bit about my dad. He was this amazing storyteller, and what he would do would he go out into the West, literally, and drive his blue station wagon across the prairie. And one time, when I was 17 years old, you can only imagine, I just graduated from high school, and it was July 4th, and my dad said, we're going to go on out to Independence Rock, which was this, Independence Rock was this registrar out in the middle of the prairie, which was on the Overland Trail, where all the Mormons and all the people that were going west would register their names before they would hit San Francisco in the early September. And if they didn't get to Independence Rock by July 4th, then, they would end up over the Sierra Nevadas like the Donner Party, and we know how that ended. So anyway, he would always say, let's go on out there and I'll tell some ghost stories to the people that would come from the community. And this is Casper, Wyoming. Well, that's the last thing in the world that I wanted to do, was to go out into the prairie and sit on a rock with my dad when I was 17 years old. But I did. And we did, and we took, Mom made chicken, and we went on out there and sat down on the rock and waited. There was a natural amphitheater behind the rock, and he would sit down, and about sunset, which is just about now, everybody from the town would start to come out. And there was I looked around, there was about 500 people that would show up, and they'd sit there and they'd eat their fried chicken and drink their iced tea on a wonderful, wonderful summer evening. And then when the sun would go down and the stars would come out, Dad would take his pen light out and his lectern and light it and tell these amazing stories. And one of them was the Ghost of Fort Laramie, which is what I heard about 300 times when I was a kid. And it would go like this. He'd start to chant like an American Indian. Wana laka wana, I see it. Wana laka wana, I see it. Wana kiwana, the ghost of the dead. Wana kiwana, the ghost of the dead. Blue jacket, Ogala, medicine man, shakes it. It's a legend out of the legendary Old West. She'd gone and got her heart broken, brought her big black stallion all the way from hell, New Orleans, and gone and got her heart broken by a riverboat gambler. Her father held her against her will, and all she could think of was suicide. One day she made good on her escape by thundering past the soldiers at the gate, bringing a bejeweled riding crop down on his neck as he thundered past. The ghost rides tonight. The ghost rides tonight. The ghost rides tonight. And then he would scream bloody murder out in the middle of the prairie and scare the living hell out of me and everybody else, and the antelope and the coyotes and everybody else. And everybody would just cheer, and they just loved him. And that was just one of the ghost stories that we're going to tell here at the Autry with all these amazing artists. We're also going to tell a story called 10 Slate Mail, which is about Sam Stringer, who was a freighter right after the Civil War. He came out to the Bighorn Mountains in Wyoming and got stuck in a snowstorm with a wolf and has to bat him off for about a week, and I'm not going to tell you how that ends. It's a wonderful story. And the last story is we've renamed to be Silent Owl's Song, which is probably one of my favorite songs, and it's about a war chief that is martyred. It's about the way that we've treated the American Indian. My dad was a big pro-Indian guy, and we have this amazing diverse cast of Native American and African American and white, and it's just these stories are myth. They're right out of the Old West, if we don't save these kinds of stories, they're going to go away soon. So we're just really thrilled that the autry has decided that they're going to, really help us with this effort, and that's why I'm running a campaign on Indigogo. We need your help, and we want this to go forward. We want to bring these stories to everybody in America, and if we can do that, and preserve a little bit of story about the American West, then so much the better. We are better for it as people, and these stories are about community, and they're about you and me, and they're about our fathers and our forefathers, and we have we have the privilege to tell those, and hopefully you can join us. There's going to be videos on this site and all kinds of stuff, and I hope that you join us. Take care, and thank you so much for your consideration. This is Barbara Bragg. Thank you.